with young people at a dance party when the fire broke out. Teams are still going through the wreckage this morning, and a criminal investigation is now underway.
The warehouse, known as the Ghost Ship, functioned as an artist collective and living space. Fire officials describing tinderbox conditions inside.
It was 11:32 p.m. Friday when the calls came in. A party at this Oakland warehouse, an artist collective, was erupting into an inferno of flames, ripping through windows.
Like seeing like everything, like this orange wall of fire, it was, I don't know, it felt like seeing a monster.
And officials tell us they are expecting the worst while hoping for the best.
This morning, in the last few minutes, an update on the number of lives lost.
And it is staggering. We now know 24 people are confirmed dead, up from 10 last night. Officials say that number is likely to rise.
Good evening, I'm Elaine Quijano. At least 33 bodies have been recovered from a converted warehouse that burned to the ground in Oakland this weekend. Officials expect to find more.
Friday night's fire, the dead include teenagers and the son of a local sheriff's deputy, as well as people from other countries, Europe and Asia. 33 victims recovered so far, and that number is expected to rise.
A desperate search for any survivors of Oakland's deadliest fire. 33 lives lost, and the grim reality tonight, that death toll could rise even higher.
A house of horrors, those chilling words now describing the scene of a deadly warehouse fire in California where more than 30 people were killed.
Rescue crews now searching bucket by bucket as dozens of families pray for word of their missing loved ones.
Battalion Chief Melinda Drayton says firefighters are now going through the ashes by hand, one bucket at a time, searching for victims.
Shovels and removing debris bucket by bucket. Good morning, Clayton and Heather. You can see the warehouse behind me, and the stories coming from the firefighters who are combing through every inch of it are heartbreaking and grim. They're describing finding bodies, one piled on top of another.
When I started last night, we found the first one almost instantaneously, single victim. We found 3 grouped together, 6 grouped together, 4 grouped together, and then another single.
What does that tell you?
We are looking at bodies on top of each other. It does not appear that they were able to get out of the second floor.
I have 4 friends that are still unaccounted for. They're amazing, and I'm sorry for, everyone's loss. It's the people I didn't know. It's just, I can't even, it's mind-blowing.
Knew what happened, and I spoke out, and nobody did anything.
Now this graveyard of a former warehouse is now little more than a charred carcass.
The area that the roof collapsed was where we lived.
What's left is too dangerous for fire investigators to get inside.
We've got some areas where the steel is actually twisted and wrapped in the back of the building.
The area that the roof collapsed was where we lived.
When it was over, the warehouse was reduced to rubble.
This morning, as firefighters continue their grim round-the-clock search, a criminal investigative team from the DA's office is now on scene, looking into whether Oakland's deadliest fire in history is a crime.
We have now started to recover and identify victims who are minors. We do have some children in the ages of 17 years old. Possibly younger.
33 victims have been located and have been recovered. 33 families are grieving. 33 families have lost loved ones.
The names come as investigators comb through the rubble tonight looking for more bodies. Eyewitness News reporter Leticia Juarez is live in Oakland with the latest on the search tonight. Leticia.
Well, 48 hours after that fire erupted, search teams are still pulling bodies out of that rubble, and they still tell us they have a lot of ground to cover.
Authorities say debris in the form of ornate wood carvings and tapestries hung from the ceiling fueled the blaze.
Video from inside the warehouse, dubbed Ghost Ship, shows the underground party just an hour before flames tore through the building.
So hot and widespread that it caused the roof to collapse onto people below. One young woman describes the nightmare of trying to escape. She says,
seeing like everything, like this orange wall of fire, it was, I don't know, it felt like seeing a monster.
Eric and Kristen, Derek, Almina, and his wife are staying here at the Oakland Marriott City Center. We spotted them as they came out of the elevator about 10:45 this evening. They were surprised to see us and tried to walk away from us. Almina is the man who ran the illegal artist enclave at the Ghost Ship warehouse. Since the fire, stories have been surfacing about how he allegedly ignored repeated warnings that his artist enclave was a death trap. He was then criticized for a Facebook post soon after the fire that many thought to be insensitive, saying how upset he was about losing his furniture and art collection. Well, tonight we asked him what he would like to say to the 33 families who lost their loved ones.
Y'all did, totally, bro. Oh my God, I'm tripping out. Oh, what's going on? Oh my God.
Trampled by the parents. I'd rather let them tear at my flesh than answer these ridiculous questions.
Mr. Almina,
I'm so sorry. I'm incredibly sorry. What do you want me to say? I'm not going to answer these questions.
Then we will call this.
I'm just going to say that I am sorry.
Then we'll end the interview there, Mr. Almina.
If you have to hold my soul accountable, if you have to hold my soul accountable for believing in something.
Meanwhile, the community coming together to pay their respects to the victims. An outpouring of grief in Oakland. Candles, flowers, and heartfelt notes make up a memorial for the victims of a deadly warehouse fire. Clement Wu came with flowers for a co-worker listed among the missing.
She knows a lot of people care for her, and she was a great person. I wish that she was, I just wish that she was still here, and I hope that she's still here, and she's just missing.